exterminate!
So this is my Year 11 experience part 5.5, the drama exam. Now over the last week I've been doing my drama exam, the coursework with Ewan as I mentioned in part 5. Now the reason that this is its own video is because there's so much to talk about, especially this placard. So we start on Monday. Me and Ewan were doing our drama exam. We had our tech run where we had to practice our performance in the dance studio for about 5 hours straight. I meant to wait until you were called. It's like being in a theatre production, but more tense and more chilled at the same time. It's really odd, right? Because it's more tense because he's being marked, but it's more chilled because he's talking to everyone, right? It's odd, right? It's really odd. Everyone's nervous or excited. People who wouldn't normally talk were talking. Everyone was sort of getting along and helping each other. And it was really nice in one aspect. It's just like a theatre production. With Brecht, however, we had to include songs to break tension, have synchronised movements, and wear placards that we made that would say multi-rolling actor, in our case anyways. We were practising in that dance hall for hours until we were called. It was time to show our performance. We got into the theatre classroom where the teachers were. To avoid confusion, I'll call this room the small hall, right, where we do the assessment, and where we practised the dance studio. We arrived, me and Ewan, right, and we got into our positions. Now when you practiced, you had to look into the camera, say your name, your candidate number, and your role, or your roles, for example. So I would go, Jamie, 69420, and I multi-roll. Step back, Ewan does his, and we begin. Now I should mention that this was the first time we had to do our performance actually with placards, so it was hard to like turn them around and they would go all over the place. And with the music, as me and Ewan would just be like, so that scene just happened, this song plays now, Ewan does this, and then the song ends, and then carry on, right? So we would bridge the gap that the song was. So that was fun. We did decently, right? The teachers were confident with it, and we went back into the hall to practice. Now can I just say, 4 hours in that hall, either practicing or just sat around, is so boring. As much as I don't like science, I would have gone back to that lesson as I wouldn't have to catch up at home, right? But there we go, I digress. I had some chess games at one point with Taryn, right? Taryn and Evan, right? It was fun. Good game, Taryn. We definitely need a rematch, and the lunch bell went during mine and Evan's game, so we never actually got to finish it. But Evan was going to come to my form to continue the game when suddenly someone from the office called me, right? I had to go with them, and they explained that someone in my family had to have a COVID test, and I would have to isolate with them. It was a disaster, I thought at the time. The exam was tomorrow, and I wasn't going to be there, so Ewan was also going to be equally as stuck. I got home and I went to catching up with my science. It was solid. By some miracle though, right, before I went to form, I'd grabbed my science booklet to be able to fill it in. Mum emailed the teacher to explain, and they basically just said not to worry about it, because not gonna lie, I was at the time. Proper drama queen I am. We had to wait for the test results to be emailed before I could go back. Do you see what I mean about this being a whole video? We were about 4 minutes in. Tuesday happened. It was quiet. I did a bit of schoolwork, although about 90% of it was done the day before. That meant I only had to do about an hour of work on the Switch playing Rocket League all day pretty much. I claimed the week free trial of Nintendo Online, which means I could just play a few more emulators, which were cool. And also this other game called Super Mario 35, where like you play the old Mario game, but there's also 34 other people, and it's last to die wins. Throughout the week I've been enjoying it, right? Anyways, Tuesday morning we were in the blue. We had no idea when we could go back to normal. Tuesday afternoon, same. Tuesday night, nothing, until Mum had an email. Both tests came back negative, meaning that tomorrow things were going to be as normal as things can be in a post-COVID outbreak society. Mum emailed the teacher, who told us that we would perform on Thursday with the other class, because it went Monday was our tech run, Tuesday assessment, Wednesday was the other class's tech run, Thursday is the assessment. Wednesday was just another school day, no drama related. Thursday we had to go back in but wearing all black. Black shoes, trousers, t-shirt, etc. to wear the correct Brechtian stuff. We'd be in drama again all day. We met in the drama studio, a small hall, and we were directed to the dance studio after a while. We kept practicing again, on and off, for 3 hours, walking around the hall, talking to people, actually practicing, making up random games. At one point we played catch with a bottle. Right, and if you dropped it, you had to imitate a given character. That was fun. Right, I played that with Dylan, Harding and Ewan. That was good. That was really fun. After that I found loads of whiteboards and I started building with them. Now I am proud to say that I made this. It took an hour and countless mistakes and failures. Right, in fact Ewan was watching me at one point and I was too busy finishing it that we didn't realise we were locked in. Everyone else had left the dance studio for break like normal people, but me and Ewan would just use the time to practice in peace, making sure to keep a far radius away from the masterpiece. Right? Nobody ever realised, and we carried on until people got back. Another hour of just countless revision, talking, creating random games, and mourning the inevitable fall of the whiteboards, and we are called. Our time. We go to practice, familiar with how it will work due to Monday's dress rehearsal, right? And we start, right? You know, you stand up forward, do your introduction, Ewan does his, and begin. We do amazing, right? During one bit though, the synchronised movement, I cocked it. And normally this would cost marks. But because we carried on normally, it won't. Because we carried on normally, noticeable by the audience, right? Anyways, as we did our own thing, the audience wouldn't realise. Apart from that minor error, which doesn't even matter, the rest of it was top notch. But I was worrying at the time, but the teacher emphasised that there's no need to worry about it. After that we had to go back in the hall and wait. We've been practising that for 2 months. Now it's over, it's quite sad as that's the last drama assessment in school I'll have to do. We all met back in the small hall, we had a mini discussion about it, that's when we were told that was the last assessment we'll have to do. And that became the start of lunch. Lunch was normal. I checked what I had last. Drama. Again. Although it was just a normal supply lesson, right, because the teachers were still busy. Right? So our Welsh back teacher came in and offered us to do our Welsh back project, as the deadline was the following day, and nobody in the school had done it. I was finished with it, which I did for last lesson. After I went home and I prepared to enjoy the weekend, right, as the Friday was an inset day. I enjoyed it, needless to say, right, I had a decent hot chocolate and I did a toast to the week gone by. But anyways, that's the story of my drama exam. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe. Have a good day. Don't forget to drink our chocolate. Stay safe and goodbye.